A billion-dollar cookie company just ranked dead last in a professional blind taste test. And they're still winning. Crumbl Cookies pulls in over $1 billion a year. They've got 1,059 locations, 9.6 million TikTok followers, lines out the door every single day. And when food critics actually tasted their cookies against competitors without knowing the brands, Crumbl came in last place. The Washington Post called them overhyped and underbaked. Professional reviewers said they tasted like pancake batter with a chalky aftertaste. One critic described them as mushy gobs of half-cooked dough. So how does a cookie company selling what professionals call mediocre products dominate an entire industry? Crumbl's co-founder said it himself. Our strategy right from the beginning was social media. Jason McGowan worked in tech. His cousin Sawyer Hemsley was a marketing student. Neither had worked in a bakery. Their qualification? They loved cookies. In 2017, they invested $68,000 into what McGowan called a fun side hustle. Their first location was in a building literally scheduled for demolition, leased for $800 a month. They didn't have recipes, but they did have methodology. McGowan used A/B testing to develop their chocolate chip cookie. They spent thousands testing dough variations at gas stations and grocery stores, asking random strangers to compare versions. It was Silicon Valley meets baking. They designed an open kitchen where customers watch cookies being mixed, balled, and baked. The aesthetic screamed Apple Store, minimalist, bright, transparent. Then, Hemsley designed the pink box, rectangular, slim, displaying cookies vertically like jewelry. 7 years later, Crumbl operates in all 50 states plus Canada. They became the largest cookie chain in North America. By 2022, they were the fourth fastest growing restaurant chain in America. They hit 100 locations by August 2020. At their peak, they opened more than one store per day. Their explosive growth happened during the exact same period food critics were shredding them. In a blind comparison of 4 major cookie chains by Eat This, Not That, Crumbl ranked dead last behind Levain Bakery, Insomnia Cookies, and even Mrs. Fields. 2 guys with zero baking experience built a billion-dollar empire on a product that professionals say is mediocre at best. The menu changes every single week. 6 to 8 flavors available Monday through Saturday. Then they're gone, maybe forever. Some flavors come back, others vanish into what Crumbl calls the graveyard. Crumbl has developed over 800 cookie recipes. About 250 are actively rotating. They test new flavors in 63 locations before full launch. A 21-person culinary team works on development. The Everything Bagel cookie took nearly a year to perfect, but the mastery isn't in recipe development. It's in the rotation system itself. Academic research explains exactly what Crumbl is doing. A meta-analysis of 131 studies published in the Journal of Consumer Psychology found that time-based scarcity is most effective for high-involvement products. That pink box is a whole content creation tool. The flip-top lid creates that satisfying reveal moment. The millennial pink color looks amazing in photos, and you can spot it instantly, even without seeing the logo. One marketing expert called it delightfully pink branding, just as sweet as the sugary confections. Recognizable and Instagrammable, perfect for posting. The cookies themselves are designed for cameras, not your palate. Each one weighs 6 ounces, 3 to 4 times bigger than normal cookies, just for visual impact. They're covered in colorful frostings and toppings that look incredible. Many have oozing centers or crunchy toppings specifically to create those satisfying cookie pull videos that go viral. The whole Crumbl review trend started naturally, but Crumbl doubled down on it strategically. The format became like a ritual. Film yourself in your car, open the pink box, take first bites of each cookie, rate them on looks, taste, and texture. Their app has a cookie journal where you can rate flavors. This makes customers feel like they're helping create the menu. You would think Crumbl's value is in their kitchens. It's not. It's all in their content machine. The cookies are just props for the viral content. Single cookie, $4.49 to $5. 4-pack, $15.99. 6-pack, $22.99 to $25. For comparison, Insomnia Cookies charges $2.85 to $2.99 for classic cookies. Levain Bakery, consistently rated highest quality by professionals, charges $5.25. Crumbl defends their pricing with size. Their cookies weigh 6 ounces versus 1 to 2 ounces for standard cookies. On a per gram basis, Crumbl is actually cheaper at 3 cents per gram versus 4 to 5 cents per gram for competitors. But this comparison is deliberately misleading. Larger size doesn't equal better value when quality is inferior. The average Crumbl location's gross profit margin is just 37.9%. That means roughly 62% of revenue goes to ingredients, labor, and payroll taxes. Working backwards, from a $4.49 cookie, approximately $2.79 goes to direct costs, leaving $1.70 for overhead, franchise fees, marketing fees, and profit. If cookies cost $2.50 to $3 to produce, why does Crumbl charge $4.49 to $5? Because Crumbl's business model is more expensive. The weekly rotating menu requires constant staff retraining, complex inventory management, higher labor hours for decorative toppings, marketing and photography for each week's launch, technology infrastructure, and a 30-plus person corporate social media team. You're not paying for better cookies, you're paying for the marketing infrastructure that makes them go viral. Then there's the whole calorie situation. A single Crumbl cookie contains 680 to 1,130 calories. The brownie sundae cookie hits 1,130 calories, which is more than a McDonald's double quarter pounder with cheese. The pumpkin square contains 920 calories. Even the simple milk chocolate chip packs 720 calories. One cookie represents 35 to 55% of an average person's daily caloric intake. Dietary guidelines suggest adults consuming 2,000 calories daily should get no more than 50 grams of added sugar. A single Crumbl cookie often contains 28 to 76 grams of sugar, exceeding the entire daily limit. In 2024, a class action lawsuit claimed Crumbl grossly misrepresented calorie counts by listing per-serving calories without clearly indicating there are 4 servings per cookie. A customer looking at the menu might see 180 calories and not realize that's for 1/4 of the cookie. The company lists serving size as 30 grams, with no explicit statement that each cookie equals 4 servings. Harvard nutritionist Dr. Georgia Edie told Newsweek, Crumbl cookies might promote sugar addiction. They're a metabolic disaster with 96 grams of refined carbs turning instantly into glucose. She called them unhealthy, full stop, with ultra-processed ingredients, representing a recipe for metabolic disaster. Crumbl isn't required to use these ingredients, but these additives extend shelf life, enhance visual appeal, and reduce costs. A September 2022 viral TikTok with 3.4 million views showed Betty Crocker cake mix boxes at a Crumbl workstation. At $4.49 per cookie, customers reasonably expect scratch-made products, not doctored boxed mixes. BuzzFeed conducted their own head-to-head between Crumbl and Insomnia across multiple flavors. Their conclusion, Insomnia cookies is better than Crumbl overall. Tasting Table's comparison concluded, when we did a side-by-side comparison, we decided that Insomnia was actually the better chain. They noted Insomnia scored higher for flavor range, dietary options like gluten-free and vegan offerings, and cookies that are just downright better. The underbaking issue is documented extensively. Tasting Table wrote, complaints of undercooked or raw Crumbl cookies have been so extensive over the years that they're impossible to count. Multiple Reddit threads spanning years ask, are Crumbl cookies supposed to be slightly undercooked? More reviews document raw centers. Banana bread was not cooked thoroughly, middle was still raw dough. Cookies were the same. Crumbl's Twitter defense was that cookies are meant to be crispy outside, gooey inside, but not undercooked. But the volume of complaints suggests they frequently cross from gooey to raw. Student newspapers piled on. The Clark Chronicle, an aesthetic-looking cookie is not worth declining one's health, nor is it worth spending excess money on. The Arcadia Quill described them as floury and nearly raw on the inside. From 2022 to 2023, average store revenue dropped 37%. For the first time ever, stores started closing, 7 locations permanently shut down. Reports suggest 70% of stores may struggle with profitability, particularly those opened after October 2022 in saturated markets. Newer competitors like Crave Cookies, Dirty Dough, and Chip City are growing 1.6% to 72.9% year over year, while Crumbl's growth decelerates. The gourmet cookie market is expanding from $12 billion in 2024 to projected $18 billion by 2030, but Crumbl is losing market share to competitors offering better value or quality. A number of lawsuits have also been filed. Warner Music Group sued for $24 million for copyright infringement using 159 songs without permission. Class action for calorie misrepresentation. Class action for data tracking violations. Embedded wiretaps, collecting customer data without consent. Text message spam lawsuit for continuing promotional texts after opt-out. The U.S. Department of Labor investigation in 2022 found child labor violations at 11 franchise locations across 6 states, affecting 46 minors as young as 14. Violations included exceeding legal work hours, operating dangerous equipment, and working past permitted times. Crumbl's marketing playbook was genuinely brilliant. They proved that marketing can overwhelm product quality, that calorie counts can be obscured, that viral hype can be systematically manufactured, that cookies can be engineered as content rather than cuisine. Crumbl is Instagrammable, perfectly made for TikTok reviews, and optimized for viral sharing. It's honest about what it is, a social media experience that happens to sell cookies. However, initial social media hype doesn't always translate to sustainable repeat business. Customers try Crumbl for the content opportunity, but when the product doesn't deliver on taste, they return to competitors or local bakeries. Crumbl will likely survive. The franchise system and brand recognition provide stability. They're a golden case study in how social media can create billion-dollar businesses and how content potential has replaced product quality as the primary metric of success. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more business wizardry, smash that like and subscribe button.